This is National Native News. I'm Brian Bowles, sitting in for Antonia Gonzalez. Millions of protesters, including many Native and Indigenous people, joined this weekend's 2,600 No Kings events held across the U.S. In video recorded by King 5 Seattle, Muckleshoot tribal member Willard Bill Jr. and the Black River Canoe family provided a drum song as part of Saturday's opening protocol for a No Kings event held at the Seattle Center. Bill expressed solidarity with the Palestinian people, saying natives know, quote, what U.S.-sponsored genocide looks like. President Trump's allies, including House Speaker Mike Johnson, criticized the No Kings rallies as un-American. Alaska Federation of Natives delegates on Saturday called for an immediate emergency declaration from President Donald Trump and more federal assistance for communities hit by the remnants of Typhoon Halong earlier this month. It was one of dozens of resolutions passed on the final day of the AFN convention in Anchorage. The storm killed at least one woman, wiped out homes and infrastructure, and displaced more than 1,000 people in the Yukon-Kuskokwim Delta. Hundreds of residents were sent to Bethel and then to emergency shelters in Anchorage over the last week. The resolution was put forward by the Association of Village Council Presidents, a tribal consortium that serves communities in the Yukon-Kuskokwim region. Vivian Corthios is the group's CEO.
For this resolution, we have a lot of support from across the state. So on behalf of our region, Koyana to everyone.
The delegates amended the resolution to also include damage caused in the Northwest Arctic and Bering Strait regions and called for a Western Alaska emergency response hub in Bethel. Governor Mike Dunleavy requested that Trump declare a federal disaster for Western Alaska earlier this week, but that request has not been approved as of this weekend. Alaska's congressional delegation has also urged Trump to approve the declaration. Other AFN resolutions touch on a wide array of topics, from health and safety to education and subsistence. It's been an interesting few weeks since Navajo Nation President Boo Nygren suddenly fired the tribe's controller. In the fallout, local leaders from across the biggest reservation in the U.S. are now signaling growing disapproval with his administration. KJZZ's Gabriel Pietrorazio has details.
So far, at least 2 of the 5 regional agencies representing nearly half of the tribe's population have passed no-confidence votes in Nygren and his estranged vice president, Rochelle Montoya.
Take me out of the equation, Rochelle Montoya. Don't worry about me.
She's even willing to leave office.
And if this is how we are going to be able to protect our people, then this is how it has to be.
But some have called on Montoya to lead, urging the council to suspend Nygren and install her as the tribe's first female president.
And I'm prepared to do that.
As for Nygren, he doesn't plan on stepping down. Citing a previous recall effort, he says those same organizers are now campaigning for no-confidence resolutions across the 110 tribal chapter houses. For National Native News, I'm Gabriel Pietrorazio.
And on this day in 1803, the Louisiana Purchase was ratified, which more than doubled the size of the United States. Napoleon sold the territory for $15 million, and the Purchase is considered President Jefferson's landmark deal. Soon, settlers spread across the continent, and land still occupied by an estimated 700,000 Native Americans. This is National Native News. I'm Brian Bull in the KLCC studios of Eugene, Oregon.
National Native News is produced by Koahnic Broadcast Corporation with funding by the Corporation for Public Broadcasting.
Support by Drummond Woodsum, a full-service law firm whose nationally recognized tribal nations practice provides services to tribal nations and their enterprises and to companies that do business with tribes across the country. More at dwmlaw.com.
Support by AARP, whose Family Caregiver Resource Guide is available to caregivers by calling 877-333-5885 or at aarp.org/caregiverresources.
Native Voice One, the Native American Radio Network.